everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Total Sport Podcast. My name is Sydney. I'm alongside Shem, Yannick, and Caleb. And today we have some pressing sports news to discuss. St. Francis College announces the elimination of the entire Division 1 athletic program, leaving several Trini student athletes in a very tough predicament. In a statement published by the school, they stated that this decision came after a strategic realignment plan. So anyone with information on programs that these athletes can apply for, please feel free to contact Total Sports as we work together to assist our athletes. Also, there is word that there's an opportunity at St. Thomas University in Miami for male and female athletes as they're currently building their rugby team. So, Yannick, any thoughts on that?
It's very difficult, especially in that time and where it's just, you spent your entire life to get to that point, right? As part of the journey to become an athlete, and then for an entire program to just close down like that. I think it was a lot of different sports. I'm not sure what sports the training athletes were taking part in, but a number of things like football, volleyball, and basketball and stuff like that, track and field. And now they will have to try and find opportunities elsewhere. That's very hard. And then to compete for spots on those, if they manage to get through in different schools and universities and whatnot, to try and get onto the track team now. Because remember, the other schools would have their teams in place. So it's another battle to just get back into the different spaces. So very unfortunate to hear about or to hear that the program closing down, and hopefully they could get back onto their feet.
I mean, it is, as you say, it's unfortunate, but it is something that nobody expected. I'm sure that St. Francis College.
Tongue tie.
Yeah, it's a little tongue tie. But they may not have seen that happening. But due to COVID, as the article stated, is due to COVID and financial problems. However, I do commend them. Correct. I also commend them to the fact that they still want to hold the scholarships given to their athletes for their tenure, in the university. However, it is unfortunate, as Yannick said, seeing that these players, these athletes, is something. You say you start the game at a minimum of 5 years old, all the way up to now, thinking that this is a great opportunity for me now, that this obstacle now is in my way, that the thing that I've done for the rest of for my whole life, I can't do it no more.
And so when we look after that, like somebody did that and happened. So what they was a way to them to alleviate themselves in different spheres of life, not just sport alone, but because of this happening, put it on to them. And left in a stranded as me, for lack of a better term. And honestly, even if St. Francis didn't see this coming, I think they still should put plans in place to help these athletes, especially ones who are graduating, and the ones who are in the middle sophomore years and all these things, to get other programs. And if the NCBA could also step in and help these students as well, because these were D1 athletes, Division 1 athletes.
Yeah, that's the highest.
It is the highest. So I feel like a lot could be done in everyone to be surrounding those sports that these athletes are in. Not just the school itself, but the team, companies that endorse them, the government bodies of these different organizations can still help.
So I have a question. So what if, again, it's hypothetical. What if, let's say, St. Francis decides to collab with semi-professional teams or clubs or sporting facilities? I know that there's a rule on the NCAA's rule book where they say that once you go to professional, you're no longer could you help me with that one? You're no longer eligible to be a college athlete. But does it say anything?
Where you're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it.
So like, is there anything about being semi-professional? So just for the athletes that are about to graduate, at least they still have some type of playing time or some kind of period where they could still show their abilities.
I'm not sure. I know that there are different avenues for like young players who haven't made it to the professional leagues. So like there were some instances like speaking from a basketball standpoint, like I think it was LaMelo Ball or Leangelo, one of the Ball brothers. They actually, instead of finishing there, I think Leangelo wasn't able to got expelled and he ended up playing in Lithuania and other basketball leagues before getting a tryout to the NBA. I think LaMelo, after a couple of years of his college eligibility, he went and played over in Australia. It had players who went to different leagues overseas before they went into end up with the pros. This is a special situation where they haven't really graduated. For some of them, they haven't graduated yet. So to be in the middle of a college season and then go on into a semi-pro league would be a nuanced situation for some of it. So.
But what
they're still there. They're still running until the end of the spring semester, so they still have a chance to find a result. I mean, we're really small. I do want really small already. I still think they can find a way. And as I was talking before, I think these other organizations should help them. Like, don't just leave them stranded there.
Yeah. Give them some sort of outlet.
I mean, it's not going to help anything I know.
But just putting yourself in the position of foreign an athlete, let's say from Trinidad, leaving home.
Yeah.
With I don't want to say a guarantee, but with a understanding that, hey, I'm going away from a family, away from friends, to hone my abilities, to become better, just to reach that there. And well, for some maybe in the last year of college, some maybe in the middle, as Yannick may have said, just to be told, hey, the situation has arose. How would you like? I don't even know where to move from. Like, what would be your mindset? I can't even see myself. To me, I studying about coming back home. Yeah. If I come back home, it would be stress. What would I do if I do it home?
So
yeah. So it's like it's a difficult situation to be in and frustrating too.
Yeah.
So next on our agenda, we're going to really state the topic right now, including Shams and TTPFL. So I'll just give a general table update. We have Yannick's team, comes
put some respect.
In second place. We have Caleb's team, Quintal in fifth place. And where's the bottom? We have Shem's team, W Connection, in eighth place. So, firstly, Yannick, what is your take on your team's performance so far?
I had a sign up, but I can't get because my thing is stupid. Oh wait, yes, this is a sign. This is the sign. Kyron, put the camera on me. Let's go. Especially after last night's game. Incredible. 4-4. We was down 4-2 at the time, and then 2 goals in the final 5 minutes. Let's go, Club Sando. That's what I'm talking about. Big up Nicholas Dillon. Big up who else? Nathaniel James. Hamilton, all those boys there. And Riley. Well, yeah, Riley, especially with the free kick and thing too. It's just, I was going into that game thinking, okay, if we could just come up with a draw, things will be nice and clean. We were still undefeated. I was not expecting the goal bonanza that we was going to get in that match. That was that's arguably the best game of the league so far in this season. Right? Big up Nicholas Dillon. Two penalties in high pressure situations. And we're sitting pretty good.
Wasn't this the same guy that said he supporting Rangers to win the league?
I was supporting Rangers to win the league, yes. But Club Sando is my team.
That
is my team. This is the team that I support.
Don't we have that on?
No,
on camera?
I said that. I know. I'm not going back behind my word. I still think that Rangers gonna win the league. However, Club Sando in a pretty good position. My club that I chose, right, to support forever and ever and ever because I'm a Palmies boy. Makes sense, right?
because I wasn't expecting that.
But I just wasn't expecting the performance to be so good, so quick. I mean, Coach Cornell Glenn is doing a very good job with the side so far. It helps that we have the likes of Nathaniel James, Josiah Tremenham, and Kareem Riley part of the squad now. But I'm excited. I'm actually excited. I'm not sure what the rest of the season has in store for us, but let's go Club Sando. Oh, we're talking all the way. I'm not talking about. Yeah, let me talk about Civic now. Sitting
Civic.
Nice.
Civic FL, right? I accept that. I still believe in my side. I'm still think. I know we forward. We see where they did there. I think they'll be goal scored now. Yeah, from Philippines, actually, the Gibson. Yeah, and that's a very good goal.
Knoops, yeah.
Oops.
That's a very good goal score. I think give them credit for that. But as I see it, in the respect of the youth down there in the States, and in the forward. I mean, sure, about
Wow. We don't have the same record right now. It's literally the same record right now.
Poverty can't correlate.
Yeah, the opportunity. But like, we have the same amount of points on the board, literally.
But I have you have and where are you?
I would say, my team is a veteran team. We know how to fight back. My team at this point in time, I mean, we've drawn one, we won one, and we lost two. That's not a problem. We still have hope. I could still see my team. I still support my team. I still stand behind W Connection
to win the league.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't wait for Club Sando game. That Club Sando game. Oh, I will be in that stadium.
Look at that schedule, but
yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, the game is won on the field and on the pitch. So I still stand behind my team.
By the way, Sydney, who are you picking for?
Yeah, she just like the banter all of a sudden.
Just here. Come on, we need a club from you.
Central FC.
Just because they're on top, huh?
Just because they're on top. Yeah, just because they're on top.
Alright, okay. The fall will be beautiful. The revolution will be televised.
Okay, you win some, you lose some, according to Shem. It's just a vote for W Connection. You know?
It's kind of sad. W Connection, I'm like the one beating. But for veteran, I know like the retire. You gotta extend.
Yeah, boy. They need to make some trades. They need to just shut it down, boy.
Wait for
that number one pick.
They don't finish in the top 5 or even top 4 at the end of the season or something, but I expect that to finish on top 10.
A club with their prestige, should be higher than where they are right now.
Stay from the TTPFL, right? Come on.
I mean, all right.
We just finished moving off these people, right?
Unhook the trailer, boy.
I'm just saying, right? Okay. There are some possibilities that's happening in my team, but I still have hope with my team. I can't speak for every single player on my team to know that during the pandemic, if they were fit or not.
2 years removed from the pandemic, what's going on?
And this is what, let me ask you a question. How much games your players play? 2 years after. Exactly. We can't speak for each and every single player. No. Because I could tell you for Nicholas Dillon, he played for the CFL, which Total Sport covered. And I'm saying there's still a lot of players. There's let me go back to Builder Club over here, right?
Builder Club.
Riley played outside.
Right.
Tremenham plays outside.
Well, what Ascension we play Ascension last year?
We did, but not all. Not all our players. So I'm not sure what is going on in the gelling process of my team. That will be changed. I believe in the coach.
Just like you
no, my team has not shown the gelling as yet. Like, really and true.
Only the team that lost the Knoops here. So.
Yeah, that's true. All over. So.
By the way, this week for TTPFL, 16 goals across all the games. I think this is the highest goal tally. That's a lot of goals. A lot of exciting goals too. Shout
I
out,
mean, no, it was
shout
really,
out Travis.
it was really a great week of football. I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
I mean, you can walk away and say, I scored.
I scored that from
Yeah,
nearly half
like-
field.
He could walk off and say, yeah, oi.
Yeah, we lost, right?
But
I won. You're lost. You're lost.
I mean, nah. But like, it was really exciting week. A really excited week for.
I think in quick example, scored in the sports time. It's not very happy.
Beautiful.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So, if you were the coach of your club, your supporting club, what would be your game plan or advice? Yannick, start us off.
Well, to start off the season, we've only been scoring I say we, like if I own the club. But Club Sando,
You might
they haven't
as well.
been really prolific they havened really been prolific in the goal scoring department up until last night at the time of this recording, where they kind of played to the level of Rangers. But I think what we need to see now, I think they've been very disciplined at the back. Like I said, Chauvinez, I hope I got the name right. Chauvinez Hamilton, very good defender, playing along the fullbacks, along the fullback position. They just need to input more scoring. I think these are the first two goals Nicholas Dillon has scored, but they were from penalties. We need to see more goals from. We need to see more goals within play. One goal. We can't win a lot of 1-0 with 1-0 games. Some of these games need to be more convincing. So just need to up the goal scoring. I think make a very tidy side for the rest of the team. Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing.
In my head, I was like, a win is a win right now.
If I was a coach, it's that you need to get down one friendship. A lot of the teams, once I watch inspection, a lot of defensive errors that led people to absolutely bad. And going forward, they need to be a little more critical with the finish. But reaching out there, when you was not scoring, I'm sure. So if I was to put that thing together.
I can't remember which game it was. I think it was the game against Defense Force. I think Shaquille Henry had quite a number of opportunities to score, but he just couldn't put it at the back of the net. So they just need to be a little bit more clinical, and they have a really good team.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I won't lie. Oh gosh, I am a hater. We know this, but but when football is being played, great football is being played, you have to give Jack the jacket. Both your teams are great and they have been awesome. I just do like it because all they supporting them. Anyways, my team, if I was the coach of W Connection, more or less, I would have kind of speak to the players on building their confidence. They're not short of talent, especially Jordan Riley. He's not short of talent. He is showing it. They are quick on the wings. It's just the communication between the defenders and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper has been saving them this entire league right now, right? The
There's
keeper,
only so much they could do.
it's true. And when I say communication wise, it's more of the centre backs. They have the right idea of what they want to do, but it is more or less doing it. So the only one come, one go. You're seeing him mix up when it comes to the counter-attacking football from other teams. My team hasn't lost large amounts. I think their first games was 2-1. The two losses were both 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not short of them shooting. They have the ability to shoot. They have the ability to carry the ball up. It's more or less learning and fixing the defense on the counter-attack. And communication, it will come in and all. It go shocking. I tell you, only next 3 games it's supposed to be 3 W's.
Correction, still only lost the opening 2-0.
Well, 2-0 was alright.
Just a Robertson.
Oh, just a Robertson, right? We coming in, Adam. We coming
I
in.
need to make some transfers in the April window.
We coming in, dog. I tell you, only go ahead now, man.
After the finish.
Well, they are jokes. Go ahead, continue.
I also have a quick shout out to the person who ran the Instagram page.
Quality.
It's up like, honestly, giving everybody the team lineups, so shots from the game. final scores and all that stuff. It's looking good.
Not just TTPFL socials, but the clubs are running their own social media pages. They do a very good job with with little interviews and things. Some of them, the social media teams, so they're very creative with the lineups and whatnot. And it's only up from here for the league. Like
it's hopeful. We are engaging people from the socials. I am hopeful.
Yeah, I can speak very well for Club Sando. We've had some,
and I could. Right.
You're doing fine. Don't worry.
Right. So I would like to hear your top 3 predictions at the end of this week. To
the end of this league, well, we kind of know the top 2 is what we're looking at the Central FC and Rangers. And I top 2, whichever one that comes in. I'm a little biased and say my team would be in top 3. I can see that. But if I think there's an objective league, I would see that probably Club Sando will actually produce the top 3 if they keep their form as well. And if California, if they could keep up home and run, they could probably be an upset.
Yes.
That's top 3 as well.
California is a very good team.
They have very good team over there.
Quite honestly, I kind of want a kind of shake up of the top 2. I know like we already saw the favorites would be Rangers and Central FC, but I don't mind if by some magical booktila happens and Kunupia ends up top of the league and knocks out one of the favorites. I would be, again, I am a hater. just putting that out there, right? But like I that too. I want no peace. I want chaos. Always. But the thing is, I always fight for the underdog. I rather the underdog, except for my team. But I always want to do the support the underdogs. But I want a shake up. So
wouldn't double connection be the underdog in this situation though?
I support you are supporting that.
At this point, yeah.
I just hope that the Double Connection side is currently watching me fighting all the battles on here. Mercilessly fighting all the battles here. So, do all you have to do with that information. But I honestly, as Caleb was saying, you can see Club Sando coming if they keep up form, Jablete if they keep up form. You could also see this is gonna be hilarious. You could also see one of the services coming up as well. I'm not sure which one, but there was some funny jokes online about the services. But I would actually like to see at least one of the services in the top 4.
Yeah.
I mean, if Double Connection doesn't make the top 5, I will be disappointed. Again, do with that information what you have to Double Connection. But I would love to see my team in the top 3. But realistically, it is a short league. A short season. So anything could happen. Hopefully they could just what I could beg for the other teams to do is go for play a little harder on the games against Rangers and against the Sharks.
Yeah, I worry about that with Sando.
You got 1 point. Relax. Anyways, but yeah. But big up all for playing hard. I love that. But
there are no points in us.
But that's true. I'll take my Joustin and boy. But that realistically, I can see Central and Rangers topping the league. So yeah.
All right.
Hopefully they don't.
For Babylon.
Hopefully they don't. Wow.
Yeah. Nothing for the service, man. Don't let the competence trickle down to the football teams. They need to pick it up.
Who hurt you?
All of them. Hey, we beat Prisons, you know. Hey. I mean, that was expected. To.
Who hurt you?
In terms of predictions, let me continue that team. All of the armed forces could probably get relegated. How much teams get relegated?
There's no relegation.
There's no relegation this year?
This is
Shucks. Oh yeah, I did. But yeah, defense force could definitely pick it up. Police, they have talented players. I don't know about Prisons. I saw now. So they had Prisons. They say they said that they didn't have the best team, but they They have the fitness, but just they don't look like they're fit to score.
I must say though, like the memes online was hilarious when they said that police don't know how to shoot on the field or off. That was top of the line jokes. I ain't gonna lie, the jokes has been great, but can you continue?
Let's see. That's that's in terms of other predictions, I'm gonna take the opportunity to say Nathaniel James. Once he gets to play more games, I think if there's a Young Player of the Year award, he could definitely win that. He's shown that he has the talent. I mean, just seeing him dribble through the field and making passes and whatnot. Remember, he scored from outside the box and thing as well. So keep up the work, keep up the good work there. I know Club Sando is not just him, it's the whole team, but I'm just fascinated by him. Kind of surprised that he didn't make the national team for this block of games, but see what the Club Sando can use him for the time being. I'm still with Rangers finishing at the top of the league. Central FC definitely there. It's a swap between 1-2. If Club Sando could finish top 5, I would be so pleased. But I just feel like some of the other clubs might just might catch up. Like Shem say, who knows about W Connection? They still Caledonia Morvant have a pretty good outfit, right? Kunupia on and off, like they get hot and cold for whatever reason. So it's still very competitive. The league is very competitive. That's a good thing. So, but like what I say, I hope Club Sando could finish top 3. Who knows? They could even finish top 2. Again, shout out Conor Glenn, doing a very good job with the boys there.
All right. So one thing we can surely take away from this is Shem's faith in W Connection, right?
Stronger than faith in force.
Right. So continuing right along, we have the CONCACAF Nations League. On Friday 24th, Trinidad and Tobago won their match against the Bahamas.
Boop, boop.
Yes. So Kylie Aubrey. That's pronounced that right. Yes. Kylie Aubrey.
A little bit more France. A little more French.
Okay.
Je ne sais quoi. Aubrey.
He's a professional football player for Sporting Kansas City. He plays as an attacker. Aubrey is a French native, had previously represented St. Martin's national team and the United States under 17 squad before deciding to represent Trinidad and Tobago.
Good choice.
Aubrey was born in France to a Guadeloupean father and a Trinidadian mother. So, Yannick, what's on Aubrey's performance?
First of all, right? Moms was in the room when he was making that decision to make the switch. Thank you, Mom. For sure. Because the coach of St. Martin is his father. Why move from possibly an ideal situation? Maybe it's the he didn't want nepotism to be involved or whatever, but that's beside the point. Kylie, I believe is Aubrey. I can't call him Aubrey. He had a very good game against Bahamas.
He had a wonderful game against Bahamas.
Yes.
He had a great game.
He was demanding double teams, making really good passes along the wing. He was
He broke some ankles.
Causing havoc along that line. I didn't see in the practice matches against Jamaica again that I didn't get to see how he played, but with the games in 1080p this rounds, he's really good. Now he still has some. Well, I don't want to say he has some catching up to do because remember you have more established players like Rion Moore and John Paul Rockford. Remember you still have is kind of a good thing for him that Levi Garcia is injured right now, but he's getting the opportunity to play right now, and he's taking every moment of that opportunity to display his skills, and he made proper work of Bahamas. I hope we get to see more of him in the future.
That's what I would say, and I think I'm not sure for everyone. You saw where he could have fit. I saw everything Bahamas.
I mean, if it's one thing, we're talking about Kylie, right? But if we kind of shift the focus to Coach Angus, you could see that he's using a lot more younger talent in his side, and he knows how to cultivate the younger talent into the team. And
especially Trinidad.
And you could see the progress of and the backups of the different players now. So you see now we have a larger training pool, which we spoke about. I think it was the first podcast that we could see now that you actually see like we have a larger group of players now that he could choose from, young, old,
more experienced.
well, I don't want to say old, but young, more experienced, or more experienced. Thanks for that, Yannick. And even in between, where you just have utility players, and you could see that it's really better for our team. The 3-0 was even should have been 7, but don't let me get vexed with that one. That was.
What you said?
What you said?
I said 3-1.
You had no faith in our defense. You had no faith in our defense. You just had to give them one.
Set piece goal or something.
No, I didn't know that because it didn't happen.
It was good. I'm glad for it. I was glad for that. I just say I wasn't supposed to.
We could just talk about the game a little bit. I think that we scored all the goals in the first half. Shout out Curry Moses with that line from outside the box, very, very good. Good link up play between Telfan and Joven Jones who scored the second one, and then Alvin George with the through ball to Telfan, prime real estate to score the third one. I don't think we let off the gas in the second half. It's just that the goals just didn't come in our favor. We had one, and then apparently it was offside.
I beg to differ. I feel like we kind of took our foot off their necks, and it was somewhat visible from the contrast between the first half and second half.
Yeah.
Now I understand that the players may have been becoming a bit tired. Yes, you're playing longer, but you could have seen the difference where the players were more, let's say, not as hungry as they were in the first half.
Was it a case of maybe like they handled business and
it was simple as that. It was simple as that. But and that's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But it was visible for you to see, for the next game, and you could have seen that too with the sub off with Aubrey David. In automatically being subbed off as the 45 minutes was up because you know, all right, or who's better than knowing that type of playing style and defending, as we were speaking as well earlier, is Aubrey. But yeah, I again, I little different. I kind of wanted the game to continue. I mean, yes, it was a knockout in the first half. We still want to make the statement. I feel like the rest of the footballing world within our region has lost the fear of Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors. There was a time where we were 25th in the world, and the Caribbean used to know Trinidad and Tobago was a force to reckon with. And I kind of want our team to go back to that level. So
at the same time, to show remember strategy, right?
I understand. It's true. It's true.
And
but
we had cracks at the goal too.
We had a lot of cracks at the goal.
We just miss. Yeah.
I also want to say, physically, I would have wanted to fight the referee. That's just me. The linesman and the referee. I mean, that was our goal. The fourth goal was definitely a goal. No offside. We didn't get the corner we needed. Like it was those. It was.
That was egregious. They clearly
I want to say
off one of the Bahamas players.
Exactly. I want to say stupid calls, but I mean, all right. The referee doesn't have eyes all around the field. But that's why there's a linesman, 2 linesmen, and a fourth official. But
we need VAR.
But yeah, our team, I kind of enjoy watching Trinidad and Tobago play now. I must be honest. I enjoy watching it. Yeah, I enjoy it because there's a time where it's like, Trinidad and Tobago play, and the first time it's like. Yeah, I will watch something else. But it's refreshing to see, and the game was actually great to see because I mean our last game against the Bahamas we weren't this dominant.
Oh yeah,
in the game.
Bahamas game was a dogfight, boy. Good thing we get that goal in the first. That first goal.
We weren't as dominant. You saw us passing. You saw us creating. We look good. We look real good. Like, no, big up Soca Warriors, big up Folio. They look real good. I ain't gonna lie. And again, yeah. So it's refreshing. I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the fact that something you keep pointing out is seeing Joven Jones in the CAM position, which is mind blowing.
Yeah.
He played all right. He played good in the. I don't want to sound bad, but yeah, he played great. A player I really wanted to see more involved in the game was Alvin Jones. He only became like you saw him come alive in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
The first half he was a bit quiet.
I mean,
because he was more or less. I mean, I understand that, but that was one of how much?
Yeah, good point.
So in the second half, he was more active, and you saw the connection between him, Nicholas Powder, and Marcus Joseph. You saw the instant connection they made as they were subbed on. You saw the chemistry growing. You saw you saw the bully in them, because they was wicked to them defenders, but I ain't gonna lie, boy. The passings was crazy, but it's unfortunate we didn't get, because I keep saying we win 7-0, but it was unfortunate that we didn't get the rest of goals. It should have
Fun. It should have been fun.
Sure,
right. The misses was unfortunate, but I mean, again, anything could happen in the win, the wrong party foot. Anything could happen. I'm not blaming the players on them, but it was refreshing to see Trinidad play. I can't wait to see that kind of fight against Nicaragua. I really need to see the fight. Again, whoever controlling the lights in Dwight York, right? Do my solid. Anytime you see Nicaragua have a free kick, switch it off. Please, thanks. Just for payback. That's all I'm asking. Again. All right, I done for the evening.
It's about Tara Deluge. It was rainstorms, though. It's something that I hit the box and then knock out on the lights.
All right. So quickly, your man of the match, Killer.
I would give it to Andre. I give it to him because I found out what he was playing. As you say, as the commander before the passport, for he understood what and he certainly interviewed him and confused him. See how Red could adapt the situation. And even the play in the early people are telling and needed to win matches.
Yeah.
It's two different intensities. So I'll give it to him.
Faith again, Ryan Telfer and all this. I mean, 1 goal, 1 assist. Easily my man in the match for me. He looks much more like, remember the last games, especially when Levi was there, he didn't look. I think he played comfortable. He wasn't comfortable. I think he was playing out of position as well. Now he playing as a bona fide winger. You're seeing what was expected of him when he joined the team, right? It helps that. It helped too that again Levi wasn't there, so he had an opportunity to play on the wing.
I wasn't in the stadium, so he probably clear a good speaker.
Sure. But yeah, we need to see. Well, I would like to see more of this Telfer, right? The distribution, the shots on goal. Although it's gonna be a much tougher game against Nicaragua. You're not gonna have the opportunities that he did. But I'm looking forward to seeing this version of Ryan Telfer in the Nicaragua game.
My man of the match is pretty much a split between the two center defensive players. Between Rampersad,
yeah,
and Daniel Phillips. Firstly, it's kind of cool to see Rampersad make the side.
Mm-hmm.
We've been preaching and begging for them to look out to the Canadian Premier League for players, and they held their own. I mean, it wasn't glitz and glams like Ovray or Telfer, but they held their own. Not much passes or plays was through the center of the midfield. So my man of the match is either between Andre Rampersad and Daniel Phillips. It's nice to see Phillips playing in the red, white, and black again. I think he's back into England. Well, over back in England. And the last time we saw him was underneath what was his coach's name? Fenwick. On the Fenwick. So it's kind of nice to see.
He's still
that he's back.
Because I think he's still a quality player.
He is a quality player, and it's seen.
You talk about Jovan Jones playing Cam. Mm-hmm. They are very interesting character arc for this man. First, he played as a winger for us. Mm-hmm. He played left back in MLS.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's playing centrally as the legs are starting to go away, right? Mm-hmm. And that's also with the absence of Kevin Molino.
Correct.
It works so far. I didn't expect it to be like I don't know if it's a permanent thing, but so far it's working. And him being the captain of the team,
I'm not gonna ask it to be because he's the captain. He's holding a certain type of influence over the players where they they respect him enough to stay in that position.
Well, I think
he has the understanding for the position, and it did work.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think he's become one of these senior players now. It's a relatively young squad.
At 31, yeah.
At 31, yeah. Kind of sucks that he's unattached because still think he's a serviceable player, right? Doesn't have to start, but he could come off the bench and provide some sort of energy like he did. Like he's provided energy for this team in the middle of the field now, which I think is how he's been able to adapt to the new challenge and the challenge that Angus has given to him now. Kind of cool to see, and hopefully we get a
help him get readapted again.
Yeah, maybe if not back in MLS, somebody in USL could use him.
Yeah, true. That is actually very true. I mean, we also underestimating the fact that again we're going back to this side that Coach Angus has. It's just mind blowing to me to see how much players he's pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Like just watching, like I watched the game. Yeah, like I watch the game, and then you watch the subs, and it's like we have a team. We have a team, a starting 11, and subs and reserves that is like, yo, we could do something. We could do it. We can do stuff with this team.
And you can see that the respect is there too, because you see as soon as Kareem scored the goal, where did he go straight and celebrate until they reach by
I mean, I feel like, all right, we understand that Coach is strategy again, as you guys may have heard. He may have benched Rian Moore for this game. So maybe we may see Rian Moore in the upcoming game against Nicaragua.
Yeah.
But you still see the speed again from Aubrey, as we said. You still see the speed from Aubrey. You saw the speed on the right-hand side with Telfa.
Mm-hmm.
You see the speed. We still have the speed, though his legs may be going from Joven Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So the team is, again, not short of talent. And we have talent on the bench. We had Aragon on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Charo Gomez didn't play either.
Benched.
Yeah.
We have, like, it's a lot. And the fact that here's my mind-blowing moment. The fact that he took off Aubrey, David, it is like a light bulb moment. I was like, all right. Angus know what he's doing. Like, at this point in time, I feel like I could relax now. I'm less tense watching Trinidad and Tobago play.
Yeah.
So, like, I praise to God, I'm a knock wood, that if it so happens that we lose against Nicaragua, I won't feel like we were cheated or this team cheated me out of a performance. I'm not saying that we are going to lose against Nicaragua. You got all in all, they had to win. But I still feel like this team, because of how they are developing, I am not feeling cheated out of watching them play. So, can't wait to see what happens. I really can't wait to see what happens Monday at 8 p.m. in Dwight York Stadium. Hopefully the light goes out. Hopefully the lights goes out.
The views expressed by Shemaiah Gordon, not the views expressed by Total Sport.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought we was a team in this.
All right. So, Monday, they will be playing Nicaragua. Can they win? Quickly, yes or no, and your score prediction.
Yes.
Yannick?
1-0. Yes, we will.
So I dress like Ted Lasso because I believe that we can win this game. I want to say comfortably 2-0, but I could see this game ending 2-1 or 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
To Trinidad and Tobago.
I mean, once they keep the quality that they have been showing in games coming up, I really believe that they can do it. They can do it. And they will come back to Angus and well, that last goal. That last goal. So yeah, they could do it. Yeah. I believe in it. I feel so confident in this team going forward. And it's like a refreshing feeling. Different on years before. Yeah, all the other things. So please win.
Yeah, and just a reminder too, even if we don't come out, well, obviously we're more promotion to League A because it's easier for us to get into the Gold Cup that way. But even if we don't get on top of the group. You still have a chance to go to the prelims. My only thing with the prelims is that there are a lot of good teams that are going to be in the prelims. We don't know who we're going to be matched up against, because right now you have the likes of Guyana. We don't know who's going to be in the group between Guadeloupe and Antigua and Barbuda, whichever one of those. Those are two very scary teams. We have either Guatemala, French Guiana. We really don't want to. Plus, you have from the teams that are coming out, guys like Curacao, Suriname. We don't want to face any of those guys in the prelims because they are very dangerous teams. So automatic qualification is very key here.
Again, it is them because we have points. I'm saying we're afraid, but at least like try and finish at the top of the table to make things a little bit easier. A
little bit easier, and it'll be a very good measuring stick of progress for Trinidad and Tobago football.
Yeah. So Yannick, this question is for you. Last shoot, you had an interesting view about the Nations League format.
Oh, we're talking about that?
Talk a little bit about that. Yes.
Okay, well, this is a surprise. There was an article that I wrote. He was talking about
where you write it.
Oh, Q Sports. Follow that up. Yeah,
please.
As right from time to time. So essentially what the article was about is that the current format of Nations League, where you have it set up where teams are in groups and the teams fight within those groups to either gain promotion or relegation. I kind of don't like how that format is for two reasons. The main reason being that it doesn't give a proper assessment of, it doesn't give a proper assessment of who should go up, who should relegate. It also kind of robs us of, you have, let's take Trinidad and Tobago, for instance. They're in a group with Nicaragua, who I would say are on par with everybody else within that, who as I say they're on par. Mm-hmm. And then you have Bahamas and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who, despite some scrappy games that we had with them, we better than them, right? We can agree that they kind of better than them.
No, it's the draw with Nicaragua.
Well, fair.
Which would mean that if it was the league was national game, which if it would be everybody playing.
Yeah. So what I would like to see is that if logistics have it, right? If the logistics work on everything is all right, we have a round robin system, right? So think about the Premier League, how that is with the 20 teams, everybody play each other twice a season. In fact, this will be for one, in case the international windows are not long enough. Everybody plays at least one. Everybody plays each other at least once. So Trinidad will have the opportunity to play Cuba, who in Group A, Haiti, who in Group B, and French Guiana, who lead in Group D right now. Those are teams at the top of the group. I think Trinidad would have a fair assessment. All right, can we beat these teams at the top of the group? Can we handle the teams that are not as along the way? So, like, can we play a Belize and beat them soundly? Can we fight a very strong Haiti team, get a draw or win and thing? I feel that would be better. Let everybody play each other, right? So that way you get to develop a proper assessment of who are the absolute strongest teams that should be promoted and who should be relegated. Also, inter-island rivalries as well. So we get to rekindle if Jamaica fall back, Jamaica versus Trinidad, Haiti versus Trinidad, the Dutch teams get to play each other. The small inter-island rivalries where we live and things, just like our Caribbean Cup used to be, bring back Caribbean Cup. So yeah, that's essentially what I want. Hopefully, CONCACAF could come across my article, see it, and like, you know what, Yannick Quintal make a good idea, but we should probably bring him in and have them do some other cool stuff.
All right. So thank you, Yannick.
Thank you very much.
And again, this is the end of our podcast. Thank you, listeners, for joining us. Thank you, Shem, Yannick, and Kyron.
Go Club Sando!
And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like it and drop a comment. And be sure to follow Total Sport on all social media platforms. Until next time, bye.